Hello everybody and welcome back to another installment of Ballin' Burgers. So let's just get right into it. Today I'm only going to have one topic, and that one topic is going to be what you guys covered in your last video, which was the last 5 video games that you would pick to play the rest of your life. Now that seems like a very intense thing to do, considering there are such an immense library of games out there. But really, it's pretty simple once you get down to the grit of everything of what game you really would want to keep playing. So without further ado, let me bring you my number 5 pick. Number 5 is Mario Party 7. Now you may be thinking, why not 8, 9, or 10? Mikey, you know the exact answer, and that's pretty much because the 2 newer ones, 9 and 10, are not that great, and I have not played 8 yet, so I can't really say much, but I know how much I enjoy Mario Party 7. The maps are great. There's a couple of them that are really annoying, but there's 3 main ones that we play all the time that I can just keep playing. Now you may say, oh well, what if your friends are not allowed to play the game with you? Well, I can still play with computers on varying difficulties, and the game's always going to be different. So I can either go from just doing a mini-game cruise if I'm bored and want to do something quick, or a full party mode where I go around the whole board and do everything. And Mario Party 7 also includes my favorite character, Boo. So clearly I'm going to go with Mario Party 7. My number 4 is Dying Light. Now I've not beaten this game yet, and I'm obviously doing a Let's Play on it, but Dying Light is such an immersive game. I mean, there's just so much to do in this game. You can do the main storyline and it'll still take you quite a long time to finish it off, but you can just run out in the world and just kill zombies randomly. It's free roam. There's a ton of side missions you can keep yourself busy with, and every day you play it is a new experience, whether you're playing it day or night in the game, what weapons, what items you find, and you're scavenging the whole time to find new items to build your creations. And on top of that, you can climb all kinds of buildings, and there's all kinds of hidden spots with all amazing caches of weapons and items. So that one would keep me very busy for very long, and I think that's another one that I can replay over and over again just because it'll take me so long. I can switch to another game and then come back to it and get right back into doing the same thing. Number 3, I'm going to go with Pokemon X. Now, Colin, you went with an older one. Mikey, you went with X and Y. And some of you might be saying, how come you wouldn't go with the newest generation of Pokemon? Or, you know, maybe Red or Blue because it's the best, blah, blah, blah. I'm going with Pokemon X for the simple reason that I really enjoy playing that one. We've played through it a couple of times, you and me, Mikey, and you can just keep going on it. The story itself is fun. The battles in it, the gym leaders are actually interesting. They're very different. You do have that new fairy type, like you said. The dragons are kind of evened out, so there's not really an unfair guy in there. They've really created a good matchup between all kinds of different types in there. And not to mention the fact that you can almost get every single Pokemon that's ever been made so far. Now you may again say, why not Ruby or Sapphire, the new one? Because you can literally get every single one without having to trade it all. Well, that one's just not as fun to play through. Even though it is a classic one, I do like the new one better. Number 2, I'm going to go with Need for Speed Most Wanted. Now that goes back a couple of generations of consoles, and that pretty much is the last good Need for Speed game for me. I have not tried the new one, so that one might be great, but that's the last one I can go by right now. That one, you still have free roam around the city. You have a good amount of customization on your vehicles. You have a good amount of vehicles. You get chased by the cops, obviously, and you still work your way up the list, the blacklist, to get to number 1 racer. And the game is not super long, but it's not short by any means. And just to go through all your time, you can just drive around and get chased by the cops. And plus, you have to do a certain amount of races, wins, do a certain amount of speed things, and get caught by the, or not caught by the cops, but get chased by the cops and do so many certain things in each of those categories to move up your blacklist to get to number 1 and challenge the number 1 driver. Now, you guys probably won't like this just because you don't really like racing games, but I love racing games, so I had to have at least one on my top 5, my last 5 games to play. So Need for Speed Most Wanted it is. And my number 1 game, wait for it, Minecraft. Minecraft is my number 1 game. Mikey, you struck a really good point with Minecraft. That game is endless, and you have the survival or creator mode. So one day you decide you just want to create some crazy village, a crazy town, or whatever designs in the map itself, you can go ahead and do that, and you won't be finished by the end of the day if you play it for 12 hours straight and go to bed. I mean, even if you stayed up for a full 24 hours, you still would not even be close to what you want it to be, because there's just so much to do. There's so many different items, and they keep coming out with new downloadable content that automatically updates into it, and you can create literally anything in that game. And then at night, if you're playing survival or even creator mode, if you turn them on, you can play against, there's monsters, there's skeletons, there's guys that come out at night and try to attack you. So, I mean, if you do go with the survival mode, you really start out with absolutely nothing, and it kind of builds it up. And that is my favorite thing to play in that game, because you're actually surviving. You're trying to play like a survival game, obviously, with the name survival. And you're taking everything from scratch. And, you know, in creator mode, you have everything. You open up your menu, and everything is right there available to you. You just go, oh, I really wish I had, you know, dynamite to blow this up right now. Well, oh, hey, I've got it right here. In survival mode, you have to go out, and you have to kill the monsters that have the gunpowder and find the other things to get yourself one block of dynamite. And now you have that one block of dynamite, or maybe you find diamond and you're trying to use that. You're gonna, you know, harbor that. You're gonna hoard that in your house until you really find something good enough to use it for, because it's such a precious item in the game that you're not going to be able to just find an abundance of them. So you lose that, you lose your best tool in the game. So it really makes you break down everything into what you want to use, how you want to build your shelter, and, you know, where you want to go exploring, and if you want to go exploring at night after that. So that game will keep you busy forever. And there's an actual storyline that they've just released for the game. You can upgrade and buy for like $5 or something. I was thinking about doing it, and I mean, you add that in that game, that's 3 separate modes of almost endless, you know, times to play that game, that you can just do whatever you want. And that is why that game is #1 on my list. Alright, well, that's it for me today. I hope you guys really enjoyed my last 5 list. Obviously, each one of those games held a special place in my heart, and I had certain reasons for each one. Tell me if you liked it, if you didn't like it, and I'll see you guys later.